Grade 6 Science, Chapter 3 of Chemistry. Today we will learn about fiber to fabric. We will learn the importance of clothing first. Clothes protect us from cold, heat, rain, etc. It depends upon the weather, how we wear our clothes, how we choose our clothes. People at different places wear different types of clothes depending upon the climate and the place where they live. For example, people living in Gujarat will prefer to wear cotton clothes, while people living in Kashmir prefer to wear woolen clothes like as shown. Fabric, fiber. So we will learn about what is a fiber and what is a fabric. Fiber is a material which is available in the form of a thin and continuous strand. It is called fiber. Fabric, a cloth material that is used for making clothing, is called a fiber. If you see the image here, the small image, it is showing small threads. That is the fiber. If you see the clothing colored here, that is a fabric, means it is a cloth. If you see the middle image, you can find out that in a cloth it is made up of thin strands of fiber. Coming to the types of fiber. There are two types of fiber. Naturally obtained from plant are cotton, jute from animal are silk, and wool. Man-made fibers are obtained from chemicals made by workers in factories. They are, for example, nylon, acrylic, terylene, and polyester. Different features of natural and synthetic fiber. Synthetic fiber is another name for man-made fiber. Natural fiber are obtained from plants and animals, whereas synthetic fibers are obtained from chemicals in factories. Natural fibers do not catch fire easily, whereas synthetic fibers catch fire easily. That is why when we all play Diwali with the firecrackers, our parents suggest us to change into cotton clothes. All right. Natural fibers wrinkle easily and they need ironing compulsory. Whereas synthetic fibers do not wrinkle easily and quite often they require once in a while little ironing. Natural fibers absorb water quickly and they are good absorbent of sweat. That is why in summer we prefer to wear cotton or linen clothes. Synthetic fibers do not absorb water easily and they do not absorb sweat also. Natural fibers are not very strong and they are worn out easily. The life cycle of a cotton dress, if you buy and if you wear it quite often, the cotton dress will spoil in a span of a year, for example. Whereas synthetic dress 2 to 3 years also it will not worn off. Coming to cotton. Cotton is cultivated in a black and clayey soil. It needs warm climate and the sowing of cotton crop is done in early spring. Cotton plant is bushy and about 1 to 2 meters tall. The plants start flowering at about 60 days and give whitish yellow flowers. The flowers turn reddish in a few days. Flowers slowly grow into spherical walnut-like shape structures. If you see all the white balls there, they are called cotton balls. Fibers of cotton grow on these seeds. After some time, green cotton balls turn brown. At maturity, the cotton balls burst open and the white cotton fiber can be seen as shown in the figure. Processing of cotton fiber into yarn and into a fabric. We will see that. After the cotton balls are developed, they are hand-picked by the farmers as shown in the figure. After they are hand-picked, the cotton seeds must be taken out. It can be done in two ways, either manually or in the factories. They are called the ginning plants. See, a person is trying to remove the seed of the cotton by hand, and a person is putting the cotton fiber in the ginning plant so that the seed will be removed. Alright. And after the seed is removed, it is further processed to remove the twigs and grass, etc. By hand or by machines. After that, it is sent to the spinning process. The process of spinning is to make a yarn from the fiber, and the raw cotton is supplied to industries in the form of bales. Bales means huge stock. Spinning can be done by hand or by machine also. If you see the image, the woman is using a spinning wheel, and it can be done in a small scale by using a takli. It is a needle shaped structure which will help you to roll the thin thread over it. If you see the last image, you can see in factories the bales of the cotton are being fed to the machine to make it into a thin thread. Cotton is grown in India mainly in Maharashtra, Gujarat, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh. Uses of cotton. It is mainly used for making clothing of various types like towels, bed sheets, curtains, saris, etc. Now coming to the process of weaving. After the yarn is done, now we have to make a fabric from it. So weaving is the process of interlacing two sets of threads as shown, blue and white. The finished product is cloth, and it is done in looms. So looms are nothing but special machines or factories, in factories where they turn thread into a fabric. Knitting is another process of interlacing, but only one yarn. Sweaters, gloves, etc. are made from knitting. Now we turn to jute. Jute is grown in Meghalaya, Bihar, Assam, West Bengal, Odisha and in India. It is a natural fiber obtained from the stem of the jute plant. It is also called the golden fiber because it is very cheap and very strong. It is used to make gunny bags, door mats, handbags, decorative articles and ropes. Processing of jute. Jute plants are usually cut at the flowering stage. If you see the picture there, they are cutting the jute plant. A good quality fiber is obtained from the plant which are cut only at the flowering stage. After falling of leaves, bundles of dry plants are kept in ponds. If you see that they are kept here in water for few days. This process of keeping the stems of the jute plant in water to rot for some days is called retting of fibers. Can you see the figure here? The people are trying to put them in the water, and if a gummy substance is formed, then it is properly retted. The jute fiber is obtained by retting jute by hand. If you see, a man is trying to separate the fibers here by hand. Now, after they are taken out by the hand, they are dried in the sun. The fibers are dried in the sun, and they are dried properly, and they are sent to the factories where they can be made into a useful substance. Now moving on to silk. Silk is produced by a special insect called silkworm obtained from the cocoon of the silkworm. These silkworm, they feed on the mulberry trees. So, specially sericulture is the rearing of silkworm to produce silk. Alright. So, this method is followed by many people around the world, majorly in India and China, to produce different varieties of silk. So, silkworm, if you see, these are the larvae of silkworm. They feed on the mulberry leaves. If you see the tree and fruit of the mulberry leaf and fruit of the mulberry leaf, after it comes to a stage of caterpillar, and it has fed on for its cycle, it will start to form a wool-like structure around it, thread-like structure around it. Caterpillar making cocoon. So, That cocoon is our silk thread. The uses of silk are making saris, ties, jutes, scarves, etc. Now, by seeing these sheeps, I hope you understand what I am going to talk about. I am going to talk about wool. Uses of wool are making sweaters, scarves, caps, blouses, etc. The fleece of the sheep, or that is hair, is removed from its body with a thin layer of dead skin by using different machines. That process is known as shearing. The sheared skin of will be taken in bales for cleaning and then for making it into a fiber, obtaining the fiber. Then from that they will make it into a yarn, and then from it they will make different woolen products. Why do we wear woolen clothes in winters? We wear woolen clothes in winters as wool traps the air between its fibers and does not allow the heat from our body to escape. So it will keep our body very warm. Our last but not the least topic is history of clothing. Ancient times, early men used leaves of the trees or skin and fur of animals to cover their bodies. Slowly, they learned that some plants such as cotton balls and stem of jute fiber can be spun into yarns, and they also learned how to make fabric. After that, they did not know how to stitch them. So they simply used to drape the cloth. Later on, slowly, when they developed tools, they learned to develop needle and they tried to make clothes from that. Early Indians grew cotton near river Ganga. Similarly, early Egyptians grew cotton near river Nile. So Egypt also is the origin country for the linen cloth, which is majorly from the plant flax. So flax plant produces linen. Now, continuing the history of clothing, linen fiber. It is also a natural fiber obtained from a plant source, that is flax plant. It is cool and fresh to wear. It is durable and very good absorbent of sweat and water, and it also dries very fast, so people prefer to wear them in summers. They were used from 8000 BC. These are the traces from our history. And we also know that Egypt is very well known for mummies. So when the archaeologists and everyone found that the mummies were draped in these linen fabrics only. Thank you children for listening to Fiber to Fabric lesson. Enjoy your day.